We're bringing research to reality and making the extraordinary possible, so you can experience advanced care in everything we do. Welcome to the forefront.
This is Cubs Pregame Live, presented by Fields Auto Group.
Who would want to play in St. Louis? So boring.
Yes.
So boring.
So
I always
boring.
get asked, like, where you like to play, where you not like to play. And, ooh, St. Louis is on the place I don't like to play.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, guess who's rolling into town? Big bad Cardinals. They are 20-11, tied for best win number in Major League Baseball. The 16-12 smoking hot Chicago Cubs will be at home with Kyle Hendricks on the bump against Jack Flaherty. Hello and welcome to Cubs Pregame Live, presented by the Fields Auto Group with my guy David DeJesus. I'm David Kaplan. Okay, if you were a Cardinal and you heard Kris Bryant in jest in a comedy setting with noted jokester and great guy Ryan Dempster, would it bother you?
No, because they're having fun. You see how laid back it was, but this is the fuel that the Cardinals fans want to have because they continually don't like the Cubs fans.
Okay, but Yadi Molina then hears about the comments.
Yeah.
He is the unavowed face of that franchise. He is the leader of that team in and off the field. He comes out and goes, yeah, well, Kris Bryant's stupid and a loser. And you haven't heard the end of this. And then someone asked him 2 weeks later, is this going to carry? Yeah, it's going to carry over. So let me ask you a question, Mr. Old School Baseball right there. Okay, baseball needs to get out of the dark ages and start being like other sports and showing some more personality like Timmy Anderson's doing for the White Sox, like Javi Baez does for our Cubs. If Kris Bryant was blessed enough in his first at-bat, boom, and he knows it's gone, it's headed to Waveland.
Okay.
Would it be out of line to turn to Yadi and lay his bat down right in front of his feet and go, take that, kid?
100% it's out of line. It's respecting players. It's respecting people. And I played the game because I just love the game. I really understood that I had to work for everything. All these guys, there's different stories. They have to work for everything. To get there. And no one's watching baseball to see bat flips. They're watching the game because they love the game, because they love the competitive nature of it. It's not about bat flips. It's not about this stuff that you think it is. People are not watching because of that. Please, America. Please, it's not bat flips. It's respecting the game. You didn't see back in the day guys flipping the bats because they respected the elders. With you, all right, we're entertainment business, right? If after the show, first show, I'm just, hey, man, this is all about me, wouldn't you be like, hey, man, what's going on? Respect the elders. Respect the guys that came before you. It's the same thing on the baseball field.
Okay, can there be a middle ground where maybe he doesn't turn to Yadi and go take that, but he hits it, flips the bat, gives a little wink to the Cardinal dugout, and then the Cardinal guy does it back?
Come on. And no, because you're breeding it because it's being about yourself. It's just self-promotion at that point. Yes, look at me. That's really what it is, kid.
We'll keep debating. Let's hear from Kelly Crow. She's awesome, and she has the Miller Lite game report from Wrigley Field. Kels.
Hey guys, well, the Cubs return from that road trip 4-1 and then look to open up this series here against the Cardinals, who is one of the hottest teams in baseball. They've won 8 of their last 10, but Madden's Club could be catching them at a decent time. They played in the Sunday night game, so a late travel night, and then a lot of guys on that second bus. But it's been since September of 2017 since these two teams have faced off 1 and 2 in the division, and that is what they are. Cardinals 1, Cubs coming in this afternoon, 2nd in the division, and Madden says that's what makes this rivalry so great.
It's going to be interesting. This whole division thing, the whole year is going to be like this, I believe. I've been talking about that, I think, since spring. It's very competitive. Cincinnati's not over 500 yet, but I think they're really good. Look at their pitching, so much improved. So now you got the Cardinals. Primarily, I think with their really, again, the ascension there has been primarily through their pitching, along with Goldschmidt, but their pitching's really gotten better over the last couple of years. A lot of young starters that are very good, and just young arms in general. So they're going to be formidable, interesting. Really looking forward to it. Should be a lot of fun.
The Redbirds offense, one of the best in the league, second only to the Dodgers, so Kyle Hendricks will need to bring his A game. The good news for the professor, he's been really solid here at Wrigley this season in 12 innings, sporting a 1.50 ERA, but he'll be looking to rebound from that tough outing in Arizona. Gave up 7 runs on 10 hits, and Madden tried to explain what he's seen from Hendricks and the ups and downs of the early part of the season.
Early on, I just thought he was trying to manipulate the movement. He wasn't just letting it go. Sometimes when guys aren't right, they try to, again, almost make the ball move by not finishing like they normally do. They try to manipulate the finish. So I talked to him about that. Other than that, the numbers are similar, the velocity. I just think that the changeup, remember it was the last year, the year before, he had a little bit of a trouble early in the year that the velocities were too close with the changeup and the fastball. He's got the disparity he needs, but it's just like I said, the arm stroke on the changeup I thought has just been a little bit more guided and not just full gorilla. And I just thought that he has to get back to just letting it go, let it eat, and let it play. And but because the fastball looked normal, but again, I think part of that was he's not getting as many taken called strikes, just again because the action hasn't been quite the same. Looking forward to him just letting it go. Don't try to manipulate anything. Just go ahead and pitch like you always do. And he's close. He's very close. It's not really way off.
And guys, the elements could help Hendricks out here today. Not so much the hitters. Wind is blowing straight in, and I think the sun's a little deceiving out here because it is pretty chilly this afternoon. And I know a lot of people, especially Cubs fans, like to know what's going on with Dexter Fowler. He is not in the lineup this afternoon. Actually said he was battling a little bit of a head cold, but he did come out, say hi to Anthony Rizzo, and Justin Thomas, the PGA golfer, is out here this afternoon, I think just taking in the game, and they all stood out here and chatted for a few minutes, just catching up before this game this afternoon. But it should be a great series, Cap. David, I think this could be a good test for the Cubs this weekend.
All right, Kels, have a great broadcast.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, here's the Cubs lineup today against the division rivals, the top of the division Cardinals with 20 wins. Descalso leads off. He'll be at second. Chris Bryant at third in the 2-hole, and his mom and dad flew in. His dad has been working with him some, and they feel like he's in a better place as a hitter over the last 7 days. Anthony Rizzo, who's gotten his average up about 70 points already. It's amazing what the month of May does for him. Javier Baez will clean up, play short. Riz, of course, at first. Contreras catches. Zobrist is in right. Schwarber, who has been very good, over 400 the last 8 days, left. Hayward in center. Kyle Hendricks pitches.
Yeah, I like
Thoughts
the lineup.
on Riz?
Riz right now, he's getting hot. You know, it's that time of year where the temperatures start rising and just that swing is starting to clean up. You see him not rolling over as much anymore, hitting the inside of the baseball and driving the ball too. So it's all about getting rolling, getting confident at the plate. And he knows once May hits, it's time to get going. And he didn't start as bad as last year, so that kind of gives him some confidence as well.
All right, we'll see how things shake out. He's putting up some power numbers, but to see the average up the last 11 games, he got rolling, as you astutely pointed out, more quickly. He was 149 on April 30th a year ago.
Yeah. So he's like, okay, I'm good. I can hit 330 this year.
Yeah, exactly, because he actually hit 303 the rest of the way last year. And average-wise, you looked and went, oh, that's an Anthony Rizzo year, even a good year.
Exactly.
All right, Wilson Contreras did not hit his 8th home run until the 83rd game of the season last year. On Wednesday, he smashed home run number 8 in just game 26. Contreras already has 80% of the total number of home runs he had in 2018. He looks like a different player.
And when I watch him, it's about his timing. He is getting ready and seeing the pitch way earlier than last year. In the second half, it was gather, go. Now it's gather, see the ball, put my foot down, and just a nice, short, quick, compact swing through the baseball. And he's swinging at strikes. He's getting in hitters' counts and doing damage. That's when Wilson is at his best.
All right, Kyle Schwarber hit an absolute monster shot, a bomb on Tuesday night. He's batting 7th and playing left field today. Smells like a key performer for me. That ball's absolutely murdered.
I mean, that was a great at bat because earlier they saw this reliever strike out some left-handed hitters with that changeup, and he saw this guy really in hitters counts was changeup heavy. So 1-0 count, sat on the changeup, didn't miss, drove it out of the park in a big, and that was a big 8th inning home run that gave them the lead. They needed that little boost, and when Kyle can do that from the bottom of the lineup, you have Hayward underneath him, still hitting 330. That's great. So they have that. We talk about lengthening the lineup all the time. They have some good guys, power guys at the bottom of the lineup.
All right, what a game check second inning for Javi Baez on Wednesday. Check that. He saw 2 pitches and wound up with 2 extra base hits. Solo home run to right center field. Look at that extension. It's insane. Hurts my back to see it. And then a double to left field. I mean, the violent swing.
Oh, man.
I mean, I don't know if he can do that when he's 32 years old, but holy smokes.
Right.
It's fun to watch, man.
Stay young, and stay flexible because the power that he has to the opposite field this year has been great to watch Javi do.
Yeah, there's the one that lines down the left field line or past third baseman. This was the inning where they were able to break things open. It's a 6-0 lead at this point, and then John Lester was just amazing. And that's the spray chart of Javier Baez this year. Phenomenal.
No, this is last year's, right?
Oh, excuse me, that's 2018.
This is his home run chart. See, majority of them are to center to left field. And I think we're going to show 2019 soon.
Check out the power. This is 19. Look at that.
Look at that. That means that's showing that he's maturing as a hitter.
And he's taking the ball the other way. If it's away, I'm taking it away.
I'm shooting it out. I'm staying inside the baseball, and I'm trusting my hands and the power that I have to drive the ball out the other way.
All right, so will he top his 34 home runs this year that he hit last year?
Definitely. I think that he's on pace right now. Just as a hitter, he's maturing and he's understanding counts. And it takes a few years to really understand, all right, how am I going to attack these pitchers? And, it's always that constant, all right, I got something going, they're going to pitch to something different. So now pitchers don't want to come in with that violent swing. They're going to stay away. And if he keeps producing away, where do you go now as a pitcher? And that's a fun feeling for a hitter.
Have everything covered. Yeah. That's our Miller Lite Cubs fan poll. The vote, visit NBCSportsChicago.com/vote. No special app is needed. Visit the website, get interactive with Double D and with me. So there's your question. Look, last year, people thought he's a good player. Mm-hmm. He became a great player.
Yeah.
The way this year is trending, take a look.
Yeah.
2016, took him 257 appearances to get 10 home runs, down to 186, to 129, and now to 124. So you talk about a guy emerging as a hitter, and then you add in going opposite field.
Yeah.
Well, this is a dangerous person.
Exactly. And his strikeout percentage has gone up just a little bit, but his walk percentage has gone up, and his barreled ball percentage has gone up. So now he's swinging at pitches that he can do damage with. He's still going to be that guy. He's going to swing at some stuff out of the zone, but he's harnessing it. And like Joe Madden said, he can see a little Manny Ramirez in him if he continues to shrink that strike zone down, and that's just maturing as a hitter, and you're seeing it ahead of you. And this guy is right now arguably the face of the Cubs.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. He is their best player, without a doubt. All right, what a start by John Lester on Wednesday. He was locating everything, allowed just 1 hit over 7 innings to the Seattle Mariners. Cubs win 11-0. What I like best, when you watch his cutter, it was so sharp, had so much tilt that he's able to sneak fastballs by it because that cutter, look how dominant that thing is. And then all of a sudden, he stays away. See you later. Thanks for coming.
He only needed that pitch all game long because he was, as a hitter, if you see that cutter away, you have to start diving. But then he starts that cutter middle, and breaks in. Man, that was vintage old Lester right there.
All right, look at his game scores, and those are broken down by analytics. The highest game score in recorded baseball history belongs to Kerry Wood, his 20 strikeout game. But you look at John Lester, he's put a bunch up in the 80s, 1 in the 90s, but he is sensational.
I think he's been better since he's been back from injury. with his command, the way he's
Not
attacking
overthrowing.
hitters. Exactly. He knows who he is now, and he's just pitching. It's fun to watch him pitch right now.
100%. All right, we pause for a timeout here on Cubs pregame live, presented by our great partners at the Fields Auto Group. After a big rebound 2 weeks ago, Kyle Hendricks was knocked around by the D-backs in the desert last Friday night. We'll discuss what went wrong and what the professor can do to make it better coming up after this. And today's Miller Lite Bar of the Game is O'Donovan's Pub and Restaurant. If you're not heading to Wrigley Field, watch today's game at a great spot, O'Donovan's Pub and Restaurant. See the complete list of bars, visit NBCSportsChicago.com.
Cubs pregame live is presented by Fields Auto Group. Fields matters because you matter. See Fields first. FieldsAuto.com.
It's Mini, from Lincoln Park to Highland Park and beyond.
And now, we have you covered with Mini of Chicago and the all-new Mini of Glencoe North Shore. Hello, I'm Dan Fields.
Better selection, better prices, better service.
Not only are we bigger, our Minis are bigger too, like the new 2019 Mini Countryman.
Our bigger sports activity vehicle and every new Mini in both locations come with one low price to celebrate our grand opening. Mini of Chicago and the new Mini of Glencoe North Shore.
While America celebrated the fall of Prohibition, Jim Beam didn't raise a single glass. He wanted his first drink to be of his own bourbon. He didn't have much money, but he did have a few friends, people who were raised the right way. Over 120 days, they rebuilt the distillery. And while their names might not be on our bottle, it's because of them we can raise this bourbon today. Jim Beam, raised right.
I'm all about living joyfully. The United Explorer card hooks me up. Getting more for getting away. Traveling lighter. Getting settled. Rewarded.
Learn more at theexplorercard.com.
Did you know Comcast Business goes beyond fast with a gig speed network, complete internet reliability, advanced voice solutions, Wi-Fi to keep everyone connected, video monitoring. That's huge. Did you guys know we did all this stuff?
No.
I'm not even done yet.
Wow.
Business TV, cloud apps, and support.
Comcast Business goes beyond AT&T. Start with fast, reliable internet for just $49.95 a month.
It's everything a small business owner needs.
Comcast Business, beyond fast.
Injuries can happen, whether you're working out or playing sports. At the Amita Health Orthopedics Institute, we understand that you want to return to your active life pain-free. That's why we offer a sports medicine outreach program that connects you to sports medicine doctors, surgeons, specialists, and rehabilitation therapists. To learn more or make an appointment, visit amitahealth.org/ortho or call 844-366-0615. Amita Health, in sickness and in health.
This is the story of John Smith. Not this John Smith, or this John Smith, or any of the other hundreds of John Smiths that are Humana Medicare Advantage members. No, it's this John Smith, who we paired with a Humana team member to help address his own specific health needs. At Humana, we take a personal approach to your health to provide care that's just as unique as you are, no matter what your name is.
All right, time for our Joe Stonecrab. What's at stake? How about Marcell Ozuna? This guy, if you're looking for a key performer from the Cardinals, better stop this guy. He's got 2 bombs, 9 knocked in. He's hitting .391 with a .462 OBP, a slug of .696, and a ridiculous OPS of 1.157. That's what's at stake today. This guy's a stud.
Yes, he had a sore shoulder. Something was up with his shoulder last year. Couldn't throw the baseball, couldn't drive the baseball. But now that shoulder's looking healthy, and look how quick and he gets extension through the baseball. And he's
how fast that swing is.
And look how short and on top of the ball. And now you put him behind Goldschmidt. That's a tough combination. And then with a Jose Martinez that's raking too. That's why they're playing good baseball, because their middle of the lineup is doing big things.
All right, time for Our bona fide starting pitchers. Kyle Hendricks looking to get back on track against probably the ace of the Cardinals. Young staff, it's Jack Flaherty. What did you see from Kyle last time out? Because I saw a ball that stayed up too much.
You're 100% right. That's a fastball that was being aimed. Joe talked about him trying to hit spots. When he starts to aim the ball, not finish, you see the ball rise. And with veteran hitters that the Cardinals are going to have up against him, they're going to take advantage of all the fastballs up in the zone. So if he has to keep the ball down and trust his players behind him, but he has given up 21 runs this year, 6 have been unearned. So the defense hasn't been there behind him. So I know he's trying to make the pitch in a big pitch in a big situation, and he hasn't done that either. So he's got to limit innings and keep the ball down in the zone for him tonight to have success.
We'll see how this all shakes out. He needs a good start. Yeah. All right, Cubs pregame live continues. When we come back, how do you slow down that beast known as Paul Goldschmidt? What do the Cubs and Kyle Hendricks need to do? Swing Doctor will break that down for us after this.
It's Mini, from Lincoln Park to Highland Park and beyond.
And now we have you covered with Mini of Chicago and the all-new Mini of Glencoe North Shore. Hello, I'm Dan Fields.
Better selection, better prices, better service.
Not only are we bigger, our Minis are bigger too, like the new 2019 Mini Countryman.
Our bigger sports activity vehicle and every new Mini in both locations come with one low price to celebrate our grand opening. Mini of Chicago and the new Mini of Glencoe North Shore.
What's the difference between good and great? Good treats you like a customer. Great treats you like a friend. From saving your haircut details and clip notes to saving you time with online check-in, Great Clips makes your life easier, just like a great friend should. Great Clips, it's gonna be great. What's the difference between good and great? Good tries to get it right every time. Great actually does. With Clip Notes, we save your haircut details so you always get exactly the look you want. Great Clips, it's gonna be great.
I like it sweet.
I like it hot.
Red gravy.
Baptize it.
Make it cheesy.
Make it hurt.
North side.
South side.
There's one thing
both sides agree on.
Bona beef.
Bona, the original Italian beef. We cater, you party.
Here's your Buick, sir.
Actually, that's my Buick.
Your Buick doesn't have a roof rack.
This is my Buick.
How are we gonna fit in your mom's Buick?
Easy.
I like that new Buick.
Me too.
I was actually talking about that Buick.
I knew that.
Did you?
Buick's fresh new lineup is full of surprises. Get up to 14% below MSRP on most of these 2019 Buick models.
The world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate, available only on the next generation GMC Sierra.
During GMC's Truck Month, get 0% financing on most 2019 GMC Sierra and Canyon models.
Everyone knows the 5 senses.
But what if we told you?
There's more. An elusive sensation.
Coaxed out only under ideal circumstances.
We can't fully describe it, but you'll know it.
When you feel it.
We call it the ultimate driving machine. Take advantage of exceptional lease and finance offers today.
Let's Talk Live, presented by the Chevy Silverado, weeknights at 6 on NBC Sports Chicago.
Xfinity is the official Wi-Fi provider for Wrigley Field and Gallagher Way, so fans can access free Wi-Fi in and around Wrigley Field. Save your data today. Xfinity, the official Wi-Fi provider for the Chicago Cubs and Wrigley Field.
All right, let's look at the great clips. Clip of the week. Ben Zobrist with the go-ahead double in the 15th inning in Arizona. It's a guy who went to the manager and said, you got to play David Bote. He's playing better than me right now. He's hot. He needs to be in the lineup. And wouldn't you know how apropos Ben Zobrist comes in late in the game and delivers the game-winning hit.
I love that. Just doing the right thing, and everything is team-based. It's about winning baseball games. That's what Zobrist did there. And, hey, he'll take it. It is not guaranteed that you win the ball game, but he had a couple good hits since getting put into the game, later into that game, and it's just
by the
doing
way,
right thing.
check out the flair with Albert Almora. I love the passion and the emotion.
What was the flair?
Did you see him go back and stomp on the home plate?
Because he missed home plate.
He slid right over the top. Come on.
My guy.
Come on, kid.
I'll take care of this guy. Don't worry about it.
We got to get you. What are you, 70? All right, time for our Fields Auto Group keys to today's game. Let's get started with key number 1, brought to you by the Fields Auto Group. Goldilocks.
You got to lock this guy down. You got to keep guys in front of him off base because you'll see his numbers are ridiculous at Wrigley Field. So being able to not just hit one spot. Look at this. Look how he just drops his hand. This guy has the power to all fields. He's a 330 hitter. So as a pitcher, you have to attack him in different zones. Work up some at bat. You have to work up in the zone, then finish him off down in the zone. So you can't just keep the same routine because he's a guy that will find your mistake and deposit it into the wavelength.
Yeah.
Or wherever he needs to.
Yeah, he's a beast. And then first things first.
Yes, the first inning for Kyle Hendricks. His ERA is 9 and hitters are hitting .458 off of him with an OPS of 1250. So he's got to come out the gate pitching, keeping that ball down in the zone because hitters from their first at bat, they're like, hey, once he gets going, he's tough. But in that first inning, he has problems getting going. So if we see pitches up early in the count, they're going to be able to drive the ball and have confidence. They want to build momentum and confidence going into later into the innings.
Yeah, that was a play right there. I thought they were going to get him at the plate. Just missed.
Yep.
All right, time to get the results of our Miller Lite fan poll question. Well, Javier Baez top his 34 home run season total in 2019, 34 in 2018. The fans have spoken. We both say yes. 84% are going yes as well. As long as he stays healthy, I don't see a scenario where he doesn't. Our key performers today, I get to go first. Thank you, Kelly Crow, for picking the winner. I'll go Kyle Schwarber.
Kyle Schwarber, I like that pick.
Hitting over 400 last 8 days.
He's swinging it well, but Rizzo is that guy. It's his time. May, the calendar turned over. He's getting hot. It's him. This is time to get going.
My guy has a 2-game lead on him, so we'll see if I can catch him. All right, thank you for watching Cubs Pregame Live, presented by the Fields Auto Group. We'll be back as soon as the game goes final. Hopefully break down a Cubs victory. Cubs and Cardinals with Len and with JD is coming up next. Enjoy your Friday afternoon. Beautiful. Might be a little chilly, but you can just snuggle in and relax and watch some Cubs baseball right here on NBC Sports Chicago. See ya.
You are watching Cubs baseball on NBC Sports Chicago, presented by Wintrust.
Miller Lite is always brewed with great taste and only 96 calories. Now that's a combo. Miller Lite, hold true.
We're finally back out in our yard, but so are they.
Scott's Turf Builder Triple Action. It kills weeds, prevents crabgrass, and feeds so grass can thrive. Guaranteed.
Our backyard is back.
This is a Scott's Yard.
You've had quite the career.
Yeah, I've had some pretty prestigious jobs over the years. News producer, executive transport manager, and a beverage distribution supervisor. Now I'm a director at a security software firm.
Wow, you've been at it a long time.
The thing is, I like working. What if my retirement plan is I don't want to retire?
Then let's not create a retirement plan. Let's create a plan for what's next.
I like that.
Get a plan that's right for you. TD Ameritrade.
My experience with USA Air has been excellent. They really appreciate the military family, and it really shows.
With all that USAA offers, why go with anybody else? We know their rates are good. We know that they're always going to take care of us.
It was an instant savings, and I should have changed a long time ago.
It was funny because when we would call another insurance company, they would say, oh, we can't be USAA.
We're the Weber family.
We're the Tennies.
We're the Hells, and we're USAA members for life.
Get your USAA auto insurance quote today.
This is the story of John Smith. Not this John Smith. Or this John Smith. Or any of the other hundreds of John Smiths that are Humana Medicare Advantage members. No, it's this John Smith, who we paired with a Humana team member to help address his own specific health needs. At Humana, we take a personal approach to your health to provide care that's just as unique as you are, no matter what your name is.
I wish all of you could be right here at this moment. Unbelievable atmosphere. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Cubs win. Cubs win. Cubs win.
It has been a one-sided rivalry under Joe Maddon, with the Cubs winning a playoff series in 2015 and clinching a division crown in St. Louis 2 years later. But the Redbirds have reloaded with the addition of Paul Goldschmidt to an already versatile veteran lineup. Cubs are built on power, and they have slugged in the season's first month. Cubs and Cardinals, two teams at their best. A Friday afternoon at Wrigley Field. Next. Cool and clear with the wind blowing in. Cubs open up a 10-game homestand, their first of 19 in 2019 against the St. Louis Cardinals, who come in with the best record in the National League. The Cubs have won 4 in a row. And welcome to the booth, along with Jim DeShays. I'm Len Casper. The Cardinals lost last night, but they're playing really well. They've won 10 of 12. Cubs have recovered 4 games over 500 after that bad start. Let's go around the infield a little bit. Two of the best first basemen in the National League featured this weekend, Anthony Rizzo and Paul Goldschmidt.
Yeah, two guys that really do it all, both offensive dynamic players, and they really play outstanding defense as well. They run the bases very well. You know about Paul Goldschmidt and what he's done to the Cubs over his career. 353 average, 14 long balls. He's had a lot of big games here in this ballpark. Anthony Rizzo over the last couple weeks or so really swinging a hot bat. Over his last 4 games, he's gone deep 3 times, batting .389.
Big catalyst for the Cardinals offensively early on has been the Illinois native Paul DeJong, so we've got a nice matchup of shortstops too.
Yeah, and DeJong maybe a little bit underrated. He can really play. He's a solid defender and a really good bat, slugging .585. He and Baez actually ranked 1-2. Javi 1, DeJong 2 in terms of OPS among shortstops in the National League. Baez has been smoking hot of late. You see his numbers, OPS up over 1,000. He's already hit 10 home runs.
Kind of a strange schedule to start the year. The Cubs have played more games against the American League West than they have the National League Central. The Cardinals have played 17 games in the division. The Cubs have only played 6.
Yeah, and the Cubs have played fewer home games than any team in the National League. 10-game homestand starting today. A chance to really make some hay in the division.
Jack Flaherty will start for the Cardinals. It'll be Kyle Hendricks for the Cubs. And when we come back, Kelly Kroll sits down and chats with Wilson Contreras. Cubs baseball coming up from Wrigley Field.
Wendy's Biggie Bag, huh?
It's everything you ever wanted for just $5.
Everything I ever wanted?
That's right. A bacon double stack with a quarter pound of fresh beef, nuggets, fries, and a drink for just $5. Wendy's Biggie Bag is everything you ever wanted.
Winning teams need rookies and veterans. Take Binny's. Harold just turned 97 and has been on the job since the 1960s. Rookie Nate is in his 20s. Both are on the Binny's team, here to help you celebrate the best times of your life.
I'll tweet that.
Wait, Xfinity lets me choose from crazy fast internet speeds and pick the types of channels I want?
Yep, now you can customize your own package.
This is the best day of my life.
Oh boy.
I mean, this is the 4th best day of my life.
Get more of what you want and less of what you don't.
Nailed it.
You think so?
Yeah. Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Xfinity Now lets you customize your own package and save. Learn more or get started with this special offer for $45 a month for 12 months. Switch today.
Wagons ho. Over 200 years since Lewis and Clark, and yet the packing list remains the same. Bring it all. Jerky, animal feed, assorted hammers. You did check the tires. The unsung pack mules of the Westward Passage. Huh? Drive them in. Since 1960, you know we've got your back and your front. Pack mules gotta eat. Discount Tire. Let's get you taken care of.
Carspitality, the friendly and convenient services offered to guests at Bill Jacobs Volkswagen, including complimentary courtesy loaners, our white glove concierge service, market-based pricing, and great offers like this. Get 4 for under $200 at Bill Jacobs VW. Lease a 2019 Jetta for only $88. A new Tiguan for $139 per month. A Passat for $149 per month. Or a new Atlas for only $199 per month. The choice is yours. Carspitality. See Bill Jacobs Volkswagen, Aurora Avenue in Naperville.
I bet you wonder what you're gonna see today. Here is the truth that you know, friend. It's cause every time that you go in, you start all over again.
Thank you for supporting our mission.
You always amaze me. You always.
Welcome back to Wrigley Field. Cubs and Cardinals coming your way here on NBC Sports Chicago. It'll be Wilson Contreras behind the plate, working with Kyle Hendricks here in the opener against the Redbirds. And Wilson Contreras off to a hot start this 2019. Hit his 8th home run on Wednesday and is batting over 300 on the young season. And it makes the resurgence even more impressive when you consider what he is dealing with away from the ballpark. Certainly baseball on the mind, but it is Venezuela on his heart right now.
In which I went down to Venezuela for Christmas. It's hard to see kids from 5 to 8 years old looking in a trash can for food. It's hard to see people dying because they don't have a medicine at all. Nowadays it's just hard to go down there and you watch all that, you know, like I have a different lifestyle and I feel sorry for them. When I went there, there was a time where I bought like 40 meals and I went down to where I was born, Puerto Cabello. And I went to my street where I grew up and all these things. I started to say hi to my people, and there were kids coming to me asking me for food. Thanks God that I was able to buy 40 meals and give it to them. And people nowadays they just starving. They want something to eat. There's a lot of family that they have nothing to eat at all. I have family members that I can help, but before, because they wouldn't talk to me about it, they were looking in the trash can to eat. So it's not right. I mean, it gotta be different. We're doing the best that we can do for Venezuela. I'm taking a risk. I feel like I have to do something for my country. I don't know if I'm gonna be the only players are gonna do this. I think if we get together and we're on the same page, we're gonna be powerful.
Certainly playing with a heavy heart right now. Wilson Contreras fortunately has Franklin Font, part of the coaching staff, and another member of the PR staff, both from Venezuela, that he can lean on through this time frame. And when we come back, guys, we're going to hear from Jason Hayward as we get ready for Cubs and Cardinals. He's been on both sides of this rivalry, and he has a lot of insight. Jay Hay coming up after the break.
Life is just
as powerful as the Lexus RX. As many safety features as the RX, the new Lexus RX has met its match.
If they're talking about you, you must be doing something right. Experience the style, craftsmanship, and technology that have made the RX the leading luxury SUV of all time. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Lowe's knows you're a DIYer who does spring right, who treats yourself by treating your yard. We do it right too, with the right plans for your region, so you stay a step ahead of spring all season long.
Now save $50 on a Charborough 6-burner gas grill.
Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's.
Hey, I'm celebrity home improvement expert Frank Fontana, and I deal with a lot of heating and air conditioning issues. And did you know that a dirty air conditioner can lead to higher utility bills and costly breakdowns? That's why when it comes to staying cool, I trust the experts at Four Seasons. Our AC tune-up includes a 22-point inspection and complete cleaning. Hey, peace of mind for the entire season is only a tune-up away, especially with our 1-year no-breakdown guarantee. So join myself and over 250,000 families who trust their comfort to Four Seasons. For all the right reasons, call 866-4SEASONS.
And Doug.
What do all these people have in common, Lima? Exactly. Nothing. They're completely different people. That's why they need customized car insurance from Liberty Mutual. They'll only pay for what they need. Yes, and they could save a ton. You've done it again, Limu. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
That one's nice.
Ooh, I like that style.
Car shopping?
That obvious?
Try Car Gurus.
Car Gurus.
It's easy to find the cars you like and compare deals. Every car is rated from great deal to overpriced. And the best deals are sorted first.
Car Gurus gives you dealer reviews, too.
Ooh, look up that model.
Jinx.
Go to Car Gurus today to find great deals from top-rated dealers near you.
Welcome back to Wrigley Field with this Miller Lite game report. It's only May, but with the Redbirds sitting atop the division, the Cubs in second, it feels like a big series this weekend, and they haven't played as the top two teams in the Central against one another since September of 2017. Jason Hayward, a guy who's played for both franchises, and says that is what makes this rivalry so great. It always feels like October baseball.
Yeah, it's going to be fun baseball. You know, for fans, I guess, they get to have their buzz, but we know this division, we got to show up every day and compete, and you know it's going to be a grind, and you understand teams are going to be familiar with each other. A lot of fun.
When you look at that team and what they've accomplished just to this point, knowing what they put together this offseason, I'm assuming it doesn't surprise you that they're doing as well as they are, but why do you think it's come together for them so quickly?
I mean, they have experience. They have a lot of experience together. Mm-hmm. They've added some pieces, but they've still got a few people in there that know what they're doing as far as going through the ups and downs of playing baseball. And you know, after missing the playoffs 3 years in a row, that doesn't exist over there. So they're going to do everything in their power to make the postseason this year. But at the same time, I feel like you ask any team in this division, it's great to get off to a good start, but we're all going to care about what happens in the second half. But obviously that starts right now.
Okay, has it been long enough for you to have seen Dexter in that uniform that you're used to it now, or how does it go when you get to see him?
Well, I only got to play with Dex for 1 year.
I know.
You know, and I've known him since I was 14. So it's kind of is what it is. I'm happy he has a job. You know, I'm happy I have a job. So it's just good to be competing against friends, but at the same time, you know, it is what it is on that. You know, I was over there, he was over here, I got over here, and then you know, he ended up over there. But again, I'm just happy he's got a job, he's playing baseball, good division, we get to see each other, have fun.
Okay, and I'd be remiss not to ask, but obviously you know how Cubs Convention goes. You know what Ryan Dempster's show's all about. Yeah. KB having some fun this year. Saying what he said about St. Louis, it upset a couple guys, and one who in particular came to say something back was Molina. Do you see that carrying over this afternoon?
Well, honestly, I don't even feel like Yadi was the first one to react to it. You know, other people reacted, and it is what it is, but people react how they want to react. I know that 100% was something that as soon as he said it, someone tweeted it and someone rushed over to the other fan fests and was like, hey, this was said over there. What do you think about it? Like, who cares? That's outside the lines. We're going to play baseball inside the lines. We're going to compete, and it's the NL Central. I mean, I feel like there's enough said on that.
Awesome. Jason, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thanks, Kelly.
There he is. It'll be the professor taking the bump here momentarily, warming up in the pen. It is the Cubs and Cardinals coming your way here shortly on NBC Sports Chicago.
This is the Durabit of the all-new Chevy Silverado.
That is huge.
It offers a built-in 120-volt outlet. Wow. Plug that in for me.
Oh, holy smoke.
Wow. And the all-new Silverado has more trim levels than any other pickup.
Oh, wow. There's something for all of us.
It's time to upgrade. Get 0% financing for 72 months on this all-new Silverado, or get a total value of over $9,000 when you finance with GM Financial.
Mom, why is this guy doing that?
Get in the house, son.
Now!
We plan on broadcasting from this frequency as long as we're able.
The whole world's waiting for your solution.
Everything's going to be just fine.
You found its weakness?
I found our strength. And the best part is, we've been carrying it the whole time.
Game, set, match.
I know, right?
Best is an endpoint. Better is a quest. Northwestern Medicine is on a relentless search for breakthrough solutions. With better treatments, better advancements, and better teaching. Because what makes us better makes you better. Northwestern Medicine. Better.
At Papa John's, when it comes to better ingredients, better pizza, we deliver. And now, in addition to delivering a pizza topped with quality ingredients like real meats with no fillers, fresh sliced Roma tomatoes, onions, and green peppers, and fresh, never frozen hand-tossed original dough, we're delivering even more value with this special offer.
Locally sourced Italian beef and Chicago-style giardiniera come together on Benny's Italian Beef Pizza with $1 for every Benny pizza sold donated to Chicago Bulls charities.
It's Ace's biggest grill event of the year.
The best time to buy a grill from our exclusive lineup of premium brands.
Plus, come join us this Saturday at our Neighborhood Barbecue Fest. Enjoy great grilling demonstrations and more at your local Ace.
Check out the latest exclusive grills from top brands like Weber and Traeger. Get free assembly and free delivery on grills $3.99 and up, plus free fuel.
Don't miss the biggest grill event of the year. Happening now, only at Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Cubs baseball on NBC Sports Chicago is brought to you in part by Lexus, who encourages you to experience amazing. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. Ford, who invites you to go further in their fuel-efficient vehicles. Check out our entire lineup at your local Ford store or buyafordnow.com. Menards, save big money at Menards. And by Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency.
Welcome back to beautiful Wrigley Field. And we had lots of blue sky above, but some clouds now entering the area. No concern about rain or anything. The wind is blowing straight in off the lake. So it is a cool afternoon, but dry is the key word. Gotten a lot of rain here lately. And finally, the Cardinals and Cubs matching up for the first of 19 games this season. Cardinals, JD, they got in pretty late. They had a 2.5-hour rain delay before their first pitch in Washington, so they arrived at their hotel after 1 a.m. But that's something the Cubs have done on occasion with the Friday afternoon game, so part of the deal.
Yeah, it could have been worse. They were scheduled to play an afternoon game in Washington yesterday. Lengthy rain delay. Ultimately lost that ball game. But they have been playing very good baseball. St. Louis won 3 out of 4 in that set against the Nationals. And they have the best record in the National League.
Now time for T-Mobile's connection to the game. on this Friday afternoon. And last night, Steven Strasburg, the fastest pitcher to 1,500 strikeouts. He did it in 1,273 and 2/3 innings, and pitching really well. Although the Nationals made headlines as they fired their pitching coach Derek Lilliquist. Their minor league coordinator Paul Menhart will take over. Cubs have taken the field behind right-hander Kyle Hendricks, and let's check in on the Cardinals Southwest starting lineup. Mike Shildt has managed the Cardinals now 100 games. They're 61-39 dating back to last year. Carpenter off to a slow start, but he got off to a slow start last year and finished strong. Goldschmidt, DeYoung, Ozuna 2-3-4. Jose Martinez has been red hot. Yadier Molina leads all catchers in RBIs. Colton Wong, the second baseman, at 7th. Harrison Bader in center field 8th, and the pitcher Jack Flaherty 9th.
Cubs defensively brought to you by the Fields Auto Group. Kyle Schwarber plays left this afternoon. Jason Hayward is your center fielder. Ben Zobrist is on the grass today. On the dirt, it's Bryant Baez Descalso in Rizzo, third to first. Wilson Contreras behind the plate, and the Lexus Experience Amazing starting pitcher is Kyle Hendricks. It's been a bumpy ride for Hendricks so far. This is start number 6. He is 1-4 with a 5.33 earned run average. 25 in the third innings. He's allowed 37 hits. That's a 339 batting average. He's given up a lot of hard contact. When he's right, he doesn't give up much hard contact at all. Here's what he features: a fastball that will typically top out around 88, but it's all about movement and location for Kyle. One of the better changeups in the game, and he'll sprinkle in a few curveballs. Usually we see that as he starts to negotiate his way through the lineup the second or third time.
Alfonso Marquez is the home plate umpire, the first umpire born in Mexico to make it to the major leagues. He now lives in Arizona. Larry Vanover is the crew chief at first, David Rafley at second, and Chicago native Dan Molino is at third. So the fog is now rolling in as we get started.
On cat feet, something like that. Hendricks 5-2 lifetime against the Cardinals. This is his 15th start against St. Louis. Last year he was 3-0 against them in 4 starts. It was a 351. He has pretty much owned Matt Carpenter over the years.
We are underway. A swing and a miss for strike 1. Carpenter had a bad start last year, a great middle of the season, a quiet finish. He hit 8 homers against Cubs pitching last year, including 6 at Wrigley Field in the first 4 games of a 5-game series coming out of the All-Star break.
Carpenter has been in the league a while now. He's 33 years of age. And you get around 33, 34. It's not unusual to see a player start to go into decline, but don't assume that, because Carpenter's hitting a .196. As Len said, a very slow start last year. And then over the period of a couple of months, he might have been the best hitter in the National League. 140 batting average for him through his first 35 games last year.
Recently added 2 years to his contract, so he is signed through 2021 with an option for 2022 as he strikes out to start the game.
Well, you get the sense he was sitting soft. He's waiting. Doesn't want to be fooled by the changeup, and it's too late to get to the sinker at 88.
First inning has been problematic at times for Kyle. He's allowed 9 runs in the first inning in his first 5 starts. Ball 1 on Paul Goldschmidt.
Yeah, so that's a first inning ERA of 9. He's allowed 2 home runs and a .458 batting average in the first inning this year. He struggled a good bit in the first inning last year too, especially early. By early, I mean early in the season. Clearly the first inning is early in the ball game.
The 2-0 on Goldschmidt is a strike. So Goldschmidt acquired from Arizona, and this spring signed a long extension. The 2-1 is hit on the ground. Former Cardinal Daniel Descalso will throw him out. .49 degrees and a northeast wind right now, straight in from the scoreboard in center. But that usually changes a bit during the course of a ball game here at Wrigley. Paul DeYoung pops into right. That's Ben Zobrist. And a quick 1-2-3 start for Hendricks. Cubs bats coming up when we return.
How do you earn the highest owner loyalty of any SUV brand? You offer SUVs like Escape that can help you go with the flow or slow you down. And Escape helps keep the worry out of any adventure, warning you if a vehicle's in your blind spot, and making sure you change lanes only when you mean to. SUVs perfect for life's adventures. That's Ford. Get Escape with all this for about $22,675. That's $5,915 in savings or 0% financing for 60 months.
At Menards, nobody beats our prices, so you can save on maintaining your backyard and beyond. Trust Spectracide to help you maintain a perfect lawn. Pick up a 10-pound bag of Triazicide insect killer for $4.99. Keep your chainsaw running smoothly with big savings on FVP bar and chain oil. It will optimize your saw's cutting performance by reducing heat and friction. A gallon is just $4.99. Plus, a Menards gift card is perfect for Mother's Day.
Save big money at Menards.
My name is Bailey, and this is my girl, CJ. One day, CJ had to move away.
Let us know where you wind up.
Bailey, when you come back the next time, take care of CJ. And then I was back, and I had a promise to keep. With each new life, I would protect CJ.
Where did you come from?
Loving people is my purpose, but bringing them together, that's my journey.
A Dog's Journey, rated PG.
Cubs averaging 5.71 runs per game, best in the National League. Their Southwest starting lineup features a couple of former Cardinals. Descalso will lead it off. He hit a home run to start the series Tuesday in Seattle. Bryant, Rizzo, Baez, Contreras in the middle. Ben Zobrist is in right, batting 6th. Kyle Schwarber in left, hitting 7th. Jason Hayward, the former Redbird, in center, hitting 8th, and the pitcher Hendricks 9th.
Okay, we'll check in with the Cardinals defensively here. It's brought to you by the Fields Auto Group. Marcell Ozuna won a Gold Glove a couple of years ago. Harrison Bader is really good out there in center. Martinez, not so much in right. Carpenter at third base every day now. DeYoung, Wong up the middle. Goldschmidt, superior defender at first, and Molina, one of the best all-time defensively behind the plate.
Jack Flaherty with a first pitch strike on Descalso.
So the Alexis Experience amazing pitcher for the Cardinals is a young right-hander by the name of Jack Flaherty. He's made 6 starts. He's been pretty good, 3-1 with a 4.06. He's only walked 6 men in those 6 starts. Right out of Central Casting, 6'4", 220 right-hander, a fastball that'll touch 97, sit comfortably 94, a wipeout slider. He's got a curve and a change to complement those 2 offerings, but fastball slider is what you see mostly from Flaherty.
1-2. Bryant next. Cardinals went quietly in the top of the inning. Flaherty's from Los Angeles. And his 1-2 is popped up left side, and it'll be the third baseman Carpenter to make the grab.
Batting next, number 17, third baseman Kris Bryant.
So much has been made of KB's comments at the Cubs convention on a comedy show with Ryan Dempster, talking about St. Louis being boring, and then Yadier Molina replied. And Molina said, "Oh, it'll carry over." 1 strike on Bryant. Doesn't look like it's carried over, does it?
Well, it'll carry over in St. Louis. The fans will be all worked up and they'll boo him. But I just can't imagine there would be anything beyond that.
Tapper foul. By the way, the leadoff man, as always, presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. Unfortunately, Descalzo didn't get a hit, but when the Cubs leadoff man does, Benny's donates $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. And they made a donation Tuesday after the Descalzo leadoff blast in Seattle.
Quality of contact for Chris Bryant has gotten better and better here in the last 10 days, 2 weeks.
2-2 is lifted foul into the upper deck. Mike Shildt took over in July of last year. Mike Matheny was fired, and they finished strong. Matheny was let go 1 day before the All-Star break. Shildt was his bench coach. At 41-28 under Shildt.
Good take right there. Slider off the outside edge. That's a swing and miss pitch for Flaherty. Got a high strikeout rate, and as I mentioned, a very low walk rate. League bats .262 against him.
And he got him on a foul tip for his first strikeout. And that will bring up Anthony Rizzo. With 2 outs, nobody on.
Yeah, so when Shildt was hired last year, the expectation was that he'd just be a placeholder, right? Remember, there was all the speculation. Will it be Joe Girardi, or where will the Cardinals turn next for their next manager? And things went so well under Shildt, who's a longtime member of their organization. And John Mozeliak said, "You know what? Maybe we got the right guy right here in the dugout right now," and he locked him up.
Yeah, late August last year he got a multi-year extension, so they didn't even wait until the end of the season.
That was a relationship to the hitter strike, not an over the corner strike.
And Anthony really hugs the plate. Jam shot, bouncer, foul. Time now for our TD Ameritrade right call.
Yeah, the big man has really been impressive. It's slugging to all fields. It's that good, solid 2-strike approach, leading to that high batting average.
Waits on an 0-2, and he punches that ball into left.
Right on cue. Hit. Right on cue. 2-strike approach. Such a good feel for the game. There are times when you want to be looking to slug. There are other times when you're down a couple strikes. You got to be willing to choke up. Go a little Rod Carew.
So Rizzo and Goldschmidt, the new acquaintances. And the batter is Javier Baez. Cubs start the day in second place, 2.5 behind the front-running Cardinals. The best record in baseball belongs to the Minnesota Twins.
No way.
Percentage points ahead of the Cardinals.
Yeah.
And Rays. And the Twins are in New York tonight to play the Yankees. Inside to Baez. Brewers lost their last 2 to the Rockies.
Expected to be a dogfight in the Central all year long. Teams currently at the top of the division figured to be there, and Cincinnati has the best ERA in the league right now. Team pitching wise, they have been outstanding, and I think the bats will start to heat up. I expect them to be a real player in this division.
Swing and a miss on the slider. Baez had 3 hits, all for extra bases on Wednesday, and the Cubs rout over the Mariners 11-0.
Yeah, he has 10 multi-hit games in his last 15, including 4 3-hit games. A good number of them for extra bases.
No pitch. And his time had been called. Cardinals have been a good defensive club here early. They rank 2nd in the majors in defensive efficiency, which measures balls in play converted into outs. 2-1.
Really good up the middle, aren't they? With DeYoung at short, Wong second, and Bader out in center. Plus defenders. Goldschmidt, highly decorated over there at first base. That's the weak link. Potentially on the infield would be Carpenter.
Swing and a miss. And it's 2-2. Well, you know, when you throw that pitch to Baez, that's about where you have to throw it. Anything closer to the plate, and he's got a chance to do some damage.
Yeah, and a lot of times that breaking ball down and away off the plate, he'll just hit a little flare into right for a base hit, and sometimes he'll turn that into a double.
Called strike 3. He got him on a fastball to end the inning. 2 strikeouts for Flaherty. Cubs don't score, and 0-0 after 1.
TripAdvisor named us the best airline in North America because we do everything differently on purpose. For one purpose, you. You're the reason we fly to 100 destinations and why we don't charge you fees to change your flight or check 2 bags. You. Over 134 million of you chose to fly Southwest last year. That's what matters most to us.
If you have a garden, you know weeds are low-down little scoundrels. Draw the line with Roundup. The Sure Shot wand extends with a protective shield to target weeds precisely and kill them right down to the root. Roundup brand, trusted for over 40 years.
I'll be right back. With moderate to severe Crohn's disease, I was there. Just not always where I needed to be.
Is she all right?
I hope so. So I talked to my doctor about Humira. I learned Humira is for people who still have symptoms of Crohn's disease after trying other medications. And the majority of people on Humira saw significant symptom relief, and many achieved remission in as little as 4 weeks.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Be there for you and them. Ask your gastroenterologist about Humira. With Humira, remission is possible.
As you enjoy cold Miller Lite, look forward to the Hold True moment later in today's game. I'd like to welcome all our viewers watching and streaming the game on NBC Sports Chicago via CFU in Cedar Falls, Iowa. And welcome to those viewers watching coast to coast on MLB Network, around the world on the Armed Forces Network, and throughout Canada on Rogers Sportsnet. One strike on Marcell Ozuna. Second year with the Cardinals. And a high fly ball to left field. Kyle Schwarber battling the elements, and he makes the catch. Four up, four down for Hendricks. That 1-2-3 opening inning was his first such first inning of the year. And it brings up Jose Martinez playing right. No Dexter Fowler. He's been battling illness this week. I would assume he is available off the bench. Swing and a miss. He's got all kinds of stuff going on as he gets ready to hit, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got a lot of moving parts. He's a big, long guy with long levers, but he has the ability to find the backside of the baseball with the fat part of the bat. I mean, he's really been swinging it well for an extended period of time now.
Ground ball right to Descalso for out number 2. Hey, are you ready for the Baby Blues tomorrow?
Baby Blues.
Yeah, the Cardinals have new road uniforms that they wear on Saturday.
The old powder blue kind of thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm ready then, yes.
I saw them hanging in the locker stalls in the visiting clubhouse today.
You have visions of Ted Simmons.
A strike on Yadier Molina. Whenever you mention, is he a Hall of Famer, you'll get a lot of different answers. I tend to believe he will be. 9-time All-Star, 9 Gold Gloves. As he flies to the warning track in deep right. Hendricks cruising early. We're scoreless.
Gangs are forming to liberate tacos from Tuesday. Whatever gang you roll with, it's time to fight for tacos any night. Get Taco Bell party packs delivered to your gang.
Anything else?
No, I'm all set.
Hi.
I'll take one of those.
Hey, that's your laugh. Booyah. That's my booyah. Booyah. Maybe that was supposed to be your ticket. Booyah.
Why let someone else scratch your ticket? Pick up your Illinois Lottery instant ticket and play today.
Boom.
Thank you.
Hey, who are you?
Oh, hey, Jeff, I'm a car thief. What? I'm here to steal your car because, well, that's my job.
What?
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 It happens. And if you got cut rate car insurance, paying for this could feel like getting robbed twice. So get Allstate. I'd be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
I was having a very hard time finding a job. I had so much doubt in me. A supervisor reached out to me on LinkedIn. We set up an interview, and from there, I was hired. LinkedIn was the matchmaker. Working in communication services, I can be a voice for those who want to push past their limits. I can show them that they're capable of doing anything.
Scoreless here at Wrigley as we head to the bottom of the second with this Miller Lite game report. Wilson Contreras leading things off and certainly having played with a heavy heart this season, despite what you see him putting up numbers-wise. His mind on baseball, but his heart in Venezuela right now. And having caught up with him for just a moment, he said, hey, my family's doing okay. Thanks for asking. It's just a scary, scary time. And naturally, we know the guys can try to focus on work, right? Baseball, but he says it doesn't matter. If he looks at his phone at any point in time, he's getting constant updates. A very traumatic situation, life-changing, and he's just trying to put all his energy into baseball. But guys, no, thankfully he has Franklin Font, also from Venezuela. Johnny, part of the PR staff. He can kind of turn to them and get some support. But while his teammates are trying to give it to him, it's really hard for them to relate to a situation like this.
Thank you, Kelly. And check out the My Teams app. Kelly has a story about Wilson off the field dealing with a lot of stuff, and it certainly has not affected him on the field. He's gotten off to a great start. One strike from Flaherty. By the way, mentioning Molina, got two tweets. One said, Hall of Famer, period, no question mark. And the other said, if he's a Hall of Famer, so is Benito Santiago. Never understood all the Yachty is the greatest talk. So you get a lot of different answers.
Yeah, you do.
Where do you tend to sit if you had to vote today?
I sit squarely in the middle. I would have to take seriously, I'd have to take a long look at it. You know, the fact that he's made 9 All-Star teams, you know, so clearly he's been one of the best of his generation. And a lot of times for me, that's enough to make you a Hall of Famer. He's been so good defensively. You kind of put him in, you know, kind of like the Ozzie Smith category of just a superior defender who's, you know, he hasn't been a great offensive player. He's been, you know, an okay offensive player throughout his career, but it's mostly about the defense.
Probably will end up with 2,000 plus hits.
Yeah, and he's been doing it for a long time. And there's that other element too. You play at a high level for a very long time. You make all those all-star teams. It's a pretty good resume. And when you take a look at it at the end of the day, you know, again, without really diving too deep, I would probably come down on the side of Molina's a Hall of Famer.
Three-two serve on Contreras, swing and a miss on a fastball right in the heart of the zone. So 5 batters faced and 3 strikeouts for Flaherty. Here's Zobrist, who came off the bench on Sunday in Arizona, went 2 for 2 with a walk and the game-winning 2-run double in the 15th, his first extra base hit of the season. And then on Wednesday, he knocked in 2 without a hit. Cubs with a franchise record, 4 sac flies on Wednesday, or at least since that stat started as an official number that kept, I believe, 1954. 1-1.
I'll have to defer to you on that one. Typically, Zobrist, especially when he's batting left-handed, is going to see a lot of straight changeups. Again, that's not a big part of the arsenal for Flaherty. He tries to go soft with the curveball there. Platoon splits for Flaherty are dead even. Lefties hit 262 against him. Right-handed batters 262.
Cardinals took a season series last year, 10-9. But they were eliminated from playoff contention during the final set of the season here at Wrigley. Swing and a miss. He gets Zobrist. It's 3 in a row for Flaherty.
Well, don't miss all the excitement this season at Wrigley Field. Tickets still available for the upcoming Marlins and Brewers series. Get your tickets now at Cubs.com. Yeah, the Fish are here on Monday, and then the Brewers on the weekend. Nice long homestand. The Cubs have only played 11 home games so far this year. That's the fewest in the National League.
Kyle Schwarber had a terrific road trip, and he fouls on the ground behind the plate. Game-winning homer on Tuesday. Laid down a perfect bunt single on Wednesday. Average at 241. Hands over his head, and Flaherty to the plate. Swing and a miss at the top of the zone.
Yeah, yeah, he's got good life on that elevated fastball here today. We see 94-95 with a little jump when it's up in the zone. So that's going to be a challenge. You got to get that ball down where you can handle it. Got to be feeling pretty spunky. 7 shutout innings last time he pitched. That was against Cincinnati. Struck out 4, walked 1. It's the longest scoreless outing of his career. It's been a brief career. 8-9 last year with a 334. Made 28 starts.
How about a high school rotation of Flaherty, Giolito, and Fried?
Harvard Westlake out in California. Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
He was a sophomore when Giolito and Fried got drafted in the first round. As he walks Schwarber, then he would be the 34th overall pick a couple of years later. Not bad when your number 8 hitter is batting .329. Foul strike. Our Xfinity fast pitch of the game brought to you by Xfinity X5. This is beyond Wi-Fi. This is X5. Oh, 0-2. Just got a note from our buddy Buster Olney. He'll be here this weekend with ESPN. He gives Yachty a thumbs up. Thinks he'll be a lock for the Hall. I might have to survey some of the folks up here in the press box this weekend. See what they say. Wong to DeYoung. They get Schwarber at second, and we will head to the 3rd inning. Cubs and Cardinals 0-0.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Any accounts and descriptions from this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
As a catcher, you need to know what to do once the ball is in play. For a legal case, you need to be prepared as well.
Please put my number in your phone right now for when you need me. 312-6-million. Injury law made personal. That's Ankin Law.
Spring is on, so it's time to get started. But first things first, call True Green for a healthy lawn, guaranteed. Millions of homeowners like you trust us to give them a lawn they can live on. Start saving today. Get 50% off your first lawn application.
I grew up in Gary, so when I became a lawyer, I made a commitment to build a firm that worked as hard as the people we represent, to win justice for those who've been injured or killed through negligence. It's hard work, but it's why we're named among the best lawyers in America.
And here we go, folks.
It's your favorite hot dog bun, mustard, and overpriced watered-down beer.
Are you sure you want to eat all that? Because you already weigh more than your team's batting average.
Let's just toast to our anniversary. Oh, no, it's corked.
Let's just watch the game. I tweeted all of your friends to come over, but I guess no one showed up.
That's okay. I invited one of your friends, too.
It's out of here.
Give a real anniversary gift this year. Escape to the Champagne Lodge in Willowbrook. Book your next special memory at the Champagne Lodge today. You know you deserve it.
I've always believed that caring for families is the best way to keep our community healthy and safe, which is why I got into personal injury law. It gives me the opportunity to help people at a time of tremendous loss, because helping injured people win justice is its own reward.
Hey, welcome back. Host your clients and guests in luxury Wrigley Field's completely renovated suites. Offer modern amenities to entertain your VIP. Suites are still available throughout the season. For details, visit CubsPremier.com.
Cardinals batting in the 3rd inning. Bader and Flaherty for St. Louis. Come down to a Kyle Hendricks home run, and he'll go the distance, and the Cubs will win 1-0. Have to pull a Syndergaard.
Yes. Syndergaard did that yesterday, the first time since Bob Wilson back in 1983. He'll hit a home run, pitch a shutout, and win 1-0.
Long fouls away.
Something Cardinal great Bob Gibson made a habit of. He did it 6 times in his career.
That's the Cardinals' first hit. Long around first, and Schwarber, and a nice play to get it back in quickly. And again, I've said this a ton. The Cub outfielders, I think, have been terrific early this year in keeping guys like Wong to singles on plays like this.
Yeah, because Wong's thinking 2 out of the box. I mean, speed's a big part of what he does. And he punches this one by KB, who's well off the line. So you got to get over there in a hurry. Any mistake, any miscue, and he's going to look to take an extra base. But players around the league are aware of Schwarber's arm out there. Not only how strong it is, but typically on line.
Up on a bunt, caught by Rizzo, and that will be the first out. So Bader looked like he was bunting for a hit. Makes it out instead, and Wong's still at first with the pitcher coming up.
It's not a bad idea with the ground ball pitcher on the mound. Try to push this ball out towards second base and use your speed. Just did not execute the bunt.
Here is Flaherty. And he puts down a pretty good one. Throw goes to second, and it is in time. Safe at first. The Cardinals will check with their video room. So for now, 2 outs and a man at first, but we'll see.
Cubs rarely settle on bunt plays. They're always looking to take advantage and get the lead man. And Rizzo, as much as anybody in the game, so aggressive defending bunts. 1, by his positioning and the way he charges, and 2, his willingness to make high-risk plays with the throw. I mean, this is one where 9 times out of 10, you're going to tell a guy, you know what? Let's just go ahead and make sure we get an out at first base. Don't open up the potential for a big inning. That's really not the way the Cubs, and certainly not the way Anthony Rizzo thinks on defense. They're always looking to nail a lead runner.
They are going to challenge. That first look we had, I thought he was out.
I did too. I'm surprised they're going to use a challenge here. But perhaps they see something that we didn't.
Mike Shildt used all of his 30 seconds to make that decision.
Yeah, hard to tell there. I'm kind of outish here,
yeah,
and I'm certainly, call on field stands for me based on what we've seen so far.
This was the first look we had, and it looked like ball is in glove before foot gets to base.
Yeah.
Now, was Javi's foot on the bag? I think so, but I didn't really.
So much to look at. So much to
know.
contemplate. Imagine being an umpire down there calling it in real time. Yeah, they've got it on the big board here in the ballpark, and his foot was on the base. That's a surprising use of the challenge, because I think they're going to lose it. So much so, I'm going to mark my scorebook.
So if the call is upheld, that'll be 2 missed bunt advances for the Cardinals here in the 3rd inning. Bader and Flaherty.
I just had a funny thought. When we were kids and we used to play a lot of pickup, just sandlot ball down at the school, at the Little League Park. The kid that came late or somebody's, that's going to be the call. That's a lost challenge there. Surprised they went for it. But kid would show up late, or maybe if somebody's little brother, and he would get the job of being the all-time catcher. So I wonder if now if you show up late, if you're, hey, you can be the replay official. In case we have any squabbles out here on the playground, we're going to come to you.
So Flaherty at first, 2 outs, and it's Matt Carpenter. Flaherty being the replay official, that's a big job. Yeah. You have the final say. Another bunt. Why not, right?
These guys bunting fools here today. And I think that's just a struggling Matt Carpenter there. A couple swing throughs in his first at bat against Hendricks, not seeing the ball well. Off to a slow start again this year, hitting just a .195. He has power. Normally you'd want him swinging in this situation. With a man on first and 2 outs. Now the wind's blowing in, so the likelihood that you pump one out of here not as good today as it would be on a warm summer day with the wind blowing out. Sometimes the hitter will tell you that the bunt is just it's a good way to just track the ball too. You should see the ball longer, stay on it, not pull off when you ultimately do decide to swing.
Flaherty takes off, and a little sneak attack, stolen base. Cardinals came in second in the NL in steals. And for Flaherty, it's the first of his career. Well, they are doing the small ball thing here in the 3rd inning. Not a bad idea on a day like this with the wind blowing in. 1 and 2. They lead the NL in batting average. Hendricks has been efficient. 2 outs in the 3rd. This is his 24th pitch. And he'll head over to the bag and get the feed from Rizzo. So they straighten the pitcher at second. Bottom 3, 0-0.
When you run from National, it's kind of like playing your own version of best ball. Here you can choose any car in the aisle, even if it's a better car class than the one you reserved. So no matter what, you're guaranteed to have a perfect drive.
Go National. Go like a pro.
You see what I did there?
You could take the treatment of your ulcerative colitis in a different direction. Talk to your doctor about Xeljanz, a pill, not an injection or infusion, for adults with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis. Xeljanz is the first and only FDA-approved pill for moderate to severe UC. It can reduce symptoms in as early as 2 weeks, improve the appearance of the intestinal lining, and provide lasting steroid-free remission. Xeljanz can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have tears in the stomach or intestines, serious allergic reactions, low blood cell counts, higher liver tests, and cholesterol levels. Don't start Xeljanz if you have an infection. Your doctor should perform blood tests before and while taking Xeljanz and monitor certain liver tests. Tell your doctor if you've been somewhere fungal infections are common, if you've had TB, hepatitis B or C, or are prone to infections. You could take your UC treatment in a different direction. Ask your gastroenterologist about Xeljanz.
Hey, we are back. Bottom of the 3rd, scoreless. Next Friday, May 10th, Cubs And the Brewers will get after it. Up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans receive a Cole Hamels Hang Loose bobblehead presented by Pepsi. Tickets still available at Cubs.com.
0-0. Cubs will bat in the third, but first a word from our Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealers.
To go up, to go down, to load, to impress, to dream, to alert, to explore, to chat.
Luis.
For everyone, Pilot, CR-V, and HR-V from Honda. Awarded Best SUV Brand for 2019.
Today's Miller Lite bar of the game is O'Donovan's Pub and Restaurant. If you aren't headed to Wrigley, watch the game at O'Donovan's Pub and Restaurant. To see the complete list of bars of the game, visit NBCSportsChicago.com. Pitcher versus pitcher.
Spy versus spy. SoCal versus SoCal.
There's the 1-0. Kyle swings through it. Probables for the rest of the series: Waka and Darvish tomorrow, Wainwright and Quintana Sunday night. Two and two. Descalso next. Seventh start for Flaherty, the 40th of his career, plus one relief appearance. Much better at home than on the road, but only 2 starts away from St. Louis so far.
They were both at Milwaukee, and that's when the Brewers were scoring a ton of runs at the start of the year.
Called strike 3. So first time through the order, 5 strikeouts for the right-hander. Mike Maddox, Cardinals pitching coach, been doing this for a long time. Over their last 12 games, every starter has gone at least 5 innings. And they put up an ERA of 2.08 from their rotation. They have Andrew Miller now in their bullpen, signed as a free agent. Got off to a slow start. He's got an ERA of over 5. Fireballing Jordan Hicks, their closer, has saved 9 games. He's got 16 strikeouts in under 13 innings.
Averages over 100 miles per hour with his fastball.
1-2 the count. They've got some injuries in their bullpen too. Carlos Martinez, Luke Gregerson, who could be back as early as tomorrow, and Brett Cecil are all on the injured list. And Flaherty wanted that one.
Important for the Cardinals to have at least one really good lefty out there in the bullpen. It's an all right-handed starting rotation that they have. You figure opposing clubs are going to load up from the left side against them, and you're going to have lefties out of the bullpen to come in and try to neutralize those left-handed hitters. I have to double check. I thought I read a note earlier this year that the Cubs are the only team in the division with left-handed starters.
Could be. Full count on Descalso.
No surprise to see Flaherty get off to this good start. First time through the batting order, opposing hitters are hitting $176 against him.
Descalso draws the walk. Second one issued by Flaherty.
Second time through, opposing batters are hitting $320 against them. Third time through, $333. And it's typical for hitters to gain the edge as the game moves along, but those are pretty stark differences at first and second time through the batting order, going from $176 to $320. He's not allowed a home run this year. The first time he's gone through an opponent batting order. So I guess the key for him going forward to be to develop that curveball or changeup a little bit and feel more confident with those pitches to complement the fastball slider combination so hitters don't start to lock in on him.
Ball one to Chris. Great to see Sergeant First Class Mark Maroon and Captain Aaron Hepner and friends at the ballpark today. They are heading off on an upcoming deployment a week from today. That one gets through Molina, and Descalso advances.
Well, there goes the Hall of Fame. Nice balls. Well, they just whiffed on it.
So Descalso in scoring position. First runner to reach second for the Cubs. And the 2-0 misses. 3 balls, no strikes. Back-to-back walks ahead of Rizzo. Aaron mentioned on Twitter, Gio Gonzalez just joined the Brewers, so there's your lefty.
Yep. Single to the left for Anthony. Last time up, that was with 2 outs in the first.
Takes a strike. Cubs have not lost a series in their last 7. 13 wins, 4 losses after a 3-8 start. Rizzo in the air, towering fly to right, and if it's fair, it'll go. It is a 3-run homer. Cubs take advantage of the back-to-back walks, and Rizzo takes Flaherty deep.
On base plus slugging. How often do we say it? Descalso works the walk. Flaherty got tentative with Bryant, pitched away from contact. Bryant wasn't going to bite. pass the baton to Rizzo, and Big Riz says, yeah, I'll handle this. Tried to beat him with an inside fastball, and there's your Ford home run replay. Anthony, who was smoking hot, hits number 8.
He has now homered in 4 of his last 5 games. That is the 199th homer of his career. 198 as a Cub, as he acknowledges those fans in the outfield. So he is tied with Hank Sauer for 9th on the Cubs' career home run list. Two on Baez.
I'll tell you the other piece of it there too is the base hit on the pitch away first time up. Right now, if you're Flaherty and Molina, so okay, he's going to take that ball the other way. If we go out of way, there's a man in scoring position. Let's see if we can try to jam him. So I understand the conundrum that they have going forward. Where do you go with him right now?
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
I guess, you know, the argument would be, well, if you're trying to pitch away from slugging, maybe you go sinker down and away and risk the RBI base hit. If you're trying to make the pitch in, if you get it well in on his knuckles, you might pop him up. But if you make a mistake, even out of the plate the least little bit, there's a good chance he's going to do damage.
Contreras with 2 outs. The place still buzzing after that Rizzo home run. Next down the list for Anthony is Bill Nicholson, 205 homers as a Cub. He ranks 8th. I've got a piece of Alfonso Marquez, home plate umpire. Well, I had to note, I think last year, team that hits a 3-run homer wins about 80% of the time. So we posed the question, would you rather have a quality start or a 3-run homer? And statistically, it's the home run. So the quality start's about what, 70% stat in terms of winning percentage. 7 strikeouts for Flaherty, but Rizzo gets him on a 3-run homer, and the Cubs have the lead after 3.
To go up, to go down, to load, to impress, to dream, to alert, to explore, to chat.
Luis,
For everyone, Pilot, CR-V, and HR-V from Honda. Awarded Best SUV Brand for 2019.
The new DQ Summer Blizzard menu is here. So many flavors like new brownie dough and back again, cotton candy.
It's worth the wait, though.
Seriously.
DQ, happy tastes good.
Our customers are people who work hard for their money. So we do everything we can to make their money work hard for them. At Meijer, We see it as a simple matter of respect. That's why for 80 years now, low prices have been built into the way we do business. Because the most important thing we can earn is the right to shake someone's hand and look them in the eye. Come see for yourself.
April 18th is National Piñata Day, but you don't need to put on a blindfold and hit a papier-mâché unicorn to get stuff you want. Just become an AARP member. Your AARP membership comes with access to more of what you want, like learning about the latest tech, health tips, nights out at local restaurants, help planning your getaways, and more. So take off the blindfold and join today, because, you know, it's easier without the blindfold. There's lots of stuff in there, and today could be your day to explore it. Learn more at aarp.org/more.
The fourth inning is brought to you by Toyota and the all-new 2019 RAV4.
Time now for Scott's triple threat. Paul Goldschmidt off to a good start in a Cardinal uniform, 9 home runs, an OPS of 856. There's more to be had from Goldschmidt. Ozuna having a very nice year. Jose Martinez as well. Martinez had a hard time finding playing time. He's a very good pinch hitter and a very capable backup.
You know, it's funny, we don't even really mention it anymore. As Goldschmidt lifts in the air to left, not deep, and Schwarber in to make the catch. The number 2 hitters in these lineups today, Paul Goldschmidt and Chris Bryant. Back in the day, they'd hit no higher than third.
Yeah, and the 2-hole hitter was kind of a mostly a slap hitter, a guy who would take pitches so that leadoff guy could get on and steal bases, and you played small ball and you hit behind him. You choked up like Felix Millan. You punched it the other way. And now a lot of the analytics say your best hitter should hit in the 2 spot.
Tommy Herr, he batted second a lot.
Yeah. Tommy Herr drove in 100 runs one year for the Cardinals. Hit 8 home runs. With Vince Coleman on in front of him.
Two strikes on DeYoung. Very encouraging start so far for Hendricks. He got knocked around on Friday at Arizona. 10 hits and 7 runs. And 1 hit so far. That was the leadoff single by Colton Wong in the 3rd.
The batting average on balls in play against Kyle heading into the start was up over 400. And sometimes that statistic is an indication of some bad luck. But for Kyle so far this year, it's been just a lot of hard contact. He's been hit hard. Two starts ago against the Diamondbacks, he was brilliant. Struck out 11 with 7 shutout innings, and it looked like he turned the corner and okay, he's going to go be Hendricks for a while now. Took a step backward last time out in the desert.
(0-2) to 3-2, and the pitch, sharply hit grounder. Baez leaves his feet, throw to first, got him! What a play!
Put a star in the scorebook next to that one. Baez had a few plays on the road trip that were just dazzling, and every day you come to the ballpark, he does something that makes you say, wow. A lot of guys will get to that ball, but they might not have the arm to finish the play. Infield defense so important for this Cubs club. They don't have a big strikeout staff.
Swatted foul by Ozuna. First year with the Cardinals, not up to his standards. He had 23 homers, but his OPS of .758 was far from elite. Off to a very good start this year. A 1-2, he took it. It was a curve at 72 in the dirt. Much harder and foul.
Very animated, isn't he?
Line shot. And a catch by Zobrist. Sliding grab. I don't know if he bobbled it as he kind of turned his back to home plate. Doesn't matter. The Cardinals don't have a challenge anyway. Let's see. Did he hang on? I believe he did. And Ozuna is out. Cardinals done in the fourth.
Ready to feel the freedom you get riding a Harley-Davidson? With payments as low as $129 a month, owning a Harley-Davidson is easier and more affordable than ever. Schedule your test ride at your local Harley-Davidson dealer. Finance offer subject to credit approval.
Do you think a Dunkin' Cosmic Colada in space is still called cosmic? Or is it just a regular Colada?
What? Space out with a $2 small Coolada. America runs on Dunkin'.
Hello world, here's the life that we're living. Come on, get healthy. A whole lot of moving is what we'll be doing. It'll make us healthy.
Connections make life's moments. Advocate is here to help you create more. Together, let's make healthy happen.
Come on, get healthy.
I'm going to start with some balayage clip-ins, then razor cut up to a blunt angled lob. I'm retiring, you're my swan song.
What?
He's going to slap some clips in your hair, give you a bob, and then he's going to move to Boca Raton. But you're going to look amazing.
Okay. There are multiples on the table. One is cash, 3 are FHA, 1 is VA. So what can you do?
She's saying a whole lot of people want to buy this house. But you got this. It can be as simple as push-button get mortgage. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, America's largest mortgage lender.
Closed captioning of Cubs baseball on NBC Sports Chicago is brought to you by U.S. Waterproofing.
A little seepage in your basement is no need to panic. Count on the experts at U.S. Waterproofing to diagnose and repair the problem.
For a free consultation, visit uswaterproofing.com. A better basement starts with us.
Welcome back. Cubs lead 3-0. Bottom of the fourth. Tonight, the Chicago Red Stars go for back-to-back wins as they host the Utah Royals. Coverage from SeatGeek Arena begins at 8:30 on NBC Sports Chicago Plus. The Royals, man, they're loaded.
Zobrist, who made the nice defensive play, leads off the Cubs fourth and rounds out to first. That goes 3-1. Happy 83rd birthday, Carmela Matz, lifelong Cub fan. Happy 53rd, Neil Prattle from Chicago. Schwarber walked in his first time up.
Happy 42nd, Ryan Dempster. He was out earlier today doing a little something for MLB Network, I presume.
outside for a ball.
The great Epa Rixey was born on this date in 1891. He's a Hall of Famer. He's the winningest left-hander in the game for a while. Plus, he's got a cool name.
Philly in red, correct?
Yeah. A UVA man. Much like, 3 booths down, Ricky Horton doing radio for the Cardinals today. Proud alum of UVA. Their basketball team had a very nice year this year.
Rixey's major league career was interrupted by military service in 1918. Full count on Schwarber.
Let's see if he gets a challenge fastball here. Walks got Flaherty into trouble in the third, and then Rizzo made him pay for the walks. A different bit of the lineup to deal with here.
Wong in the grass. We'll get him.
Monday is Northwestern night here at the ballpark. Fans who purchase tickets through the Cubs special ticket offers page will receive a special edition Cubs cap in Northwestern's school colors, pictured there. A portion of net proceeds benefit Northwestern Student Activities Assistance Fund. To purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com/special ticket offers.
Hayward takes ball one. Another late Hall of Famer born on this date. In 1905 in Granville, Illinois, Red Ruffing. Debuted 1924 at age 19. Do you know his real first name?
I don't.
Charles Herbert Ruffing. He went by Red. Two-one on the way. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Bounce to first. Fair ball. Goldschmidt has it. And the Cubs go 1-2-3 for the first time today. Off to the fifth. It is 3-0.
You're watching Cubs baseball on NBC Sports Chicago, presented by OneTrust.
Before opening day, the crew at T-Mobile Park made countless calls, getting everything ready for baseball. A trucker used his GPS to make sure the new signs got